US President Donald Trump's global endorsement playbook is rapidly expanding beyond American borders and into the heart of democratic elections around the world, from South America to Europe. Trump has increasingly taken the unusual step of publicly backing foreign leaders and political candidates ahead of crucial national elections. Now, the latest flashpoint is Colombia. Trump has publicly endorsed Abelardo de la Espriella. He is a firebrand far-right lawyer and businessman, also known in the country as El Tigre or the Tiger. Espriella surged into the presidential runoff under the banner of his movement, Defensores de la Patria, or Defenders of the Homeland. His platform centers on a hardline mano duro or iron fist approach to security, and he has promised an aggressive crackdown on drug cartels, an end to peace negotiations with armed groups, and the construction of 10 mega prisons. Espriella has openly modeled his rhetoric and political style on Donald Trump and El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele. Therefore, Trump's endorsement is both symbolic and strategic here. Now, Colombia is far from the only country where Trump has taken a keen interest. In Brazil, the focus has been on Flavio Bolsonaro. He's a senator and son of former President Jair Bolsonaro. Flavio is positioning himself as a major contender for the 2026 presidential election. He has sought to tap into the global conservative movement closely associated with Donald Trump. Flavio's relationship with Trump received international attention when the US president hosted Flavio Bolsonaro for a private meeting in the Oval Office. Their meeting comes just months ahead of the presidential elections in Brazil, but the most dramatic case of Trump's interference is Venezuela. After years of confrontation with Nicolas Maduro's government, the Trump administration moved beyond sanctions and diplomatic pressure. A targeted US-led operation resulted in Maduro's capture in January and transfer to the United States to face criminal charges. Well, the event was a historic shift in Venezuelan politics, and this is one of the most direct instances of US involvement in the political future of a South American state. The next door is South America is Cuba, where Trump's objectives have been no less ambitious. Although regime change has not been achieved yet, the Trump administration has pursued a maximum pressure campaign, which is aimed at weakening the communist government in Havana. Washington has currently imposed tough economic sanctions, restricted the island's energy sector, and increased aggressive rhetoric against the Cuban leadership. Then there is Armenia, just days before the country's crucial parliamentary elections. Trump publicly endorsed Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, and he described him as a great friend and leader. The remark immediately drew attention because Armenia's elections on June 7th are being watched closely both inside the country and across the region. Then there is Hungary, a country which offers a lesson in the limits of international political backing. For years, Donald Trump and Viktor Orban were seen as ideological allies. Trump repeatedly praised Orban and endorsed his re-election efforts. During Hungary's most recent poll campaign, US support for Orban became even more visible. After J.D. Vance traveled to Budapest to participate in campaign events, Trump himself addressed supporters by phone, telling crowds that he was with Orban all the way. Yet, despite the high-profile international support, Orban was defeated in the April 2026 elections by Peter Major and the opposition TISA party. The result speaks volume about how foreign endorsements may shape headlines, but they do not necessarily decide elections.